I've got Skype back up. Jesus. Where the hell is my... There he is. Hi, Tommy. Are you there?
Hello?
I'm here. Wow.
I got some problems.
You got big problems
Oh, well.
in your
Can
life?
you turn it up over there?
In your
I'm
life?
trying here.
Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got to turn down Dead TV. How's it going, man?
Listen to those sounds.
Honey, can you please...
Oh, that's okay.
Up. I had to turn Dead TV down. I apologize here to everybody.
Listen to that sound. Is that your hard drive going off?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, now mine's spinning. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's spinning like crazy. I don't know what that is, but...
I think that caller freaked everybody out because he's wearing that anonymous mask, and then he started talking about 911, and then he was talking about the NSA, and I was just laughing.
Yeah, that was quite a call. You know, it was weird. He was telling that story, and he goes, and then I saw this big, outside my house, I saw this big, and then a commercial came on, like, while I was watching it, so I missed the payoff moment.
Classic. Classic live radio there. Television thing.
But,
I mean, I was just going like, this is just entertainment.
Oh yeah, it's always good when people have something to, they call them with something to say,
But now they're completely like searching our drives. Can you hear our drive going? It sounds like the missus is using a hairdryer. Mine was doing that too. Mine just went. Mine just went like this.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, it's cool. I mean, they can just email me or whatever if they want. If they tell me that my TV show's no good anymore or something. I was going to cut him off right when he brought up 911 stuff because I don't even talk about that shit.
Yeah.
We don't ever get into any of that stuff.
Right.
But
I got a little worried at that moment too, but he was going in a good direction there. After that comment.
I mean, I almost said, "Look, I don't want to piss anybody off," but then, of course, I want to piss everybody off. That's all I ever do. My whole life. I mean, so much. But I mean that kind of other stuff. God, you must have a lot of great shit on your hard drive. It's taking you forever. I guess the older your machine is, the longer it takes for them to.
I don't know. This is a pretty new one, so I don't know. But maybe it's just the fan. No, it's the fan and the hard drive.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what mine just did, and then it shut down.
Well, I'm still holding up okay.
My Firefox got killed today, too.
Man, I read a weird story the other day about Anonymous, tracking down these pedophiles, and they actually worked with Mozilla. With Mozilla's help, they released a special plugin that they knew these
guys would use.
Pedophiles would want, and all these pedophiles downloaded the plugin, and then the plugin enabled them to get around the Tor software that they use to hide their identities online, and all these people got busted as a result. And that's a pretty good thing, but it's interesting. Like,
you don't but if you want to catch pedophiles, you don't even go online. I guess all you have to do is go to a college football fucking shower room.
Oh, that's sick, man. What a sick story.
Man, you know what? When I look at the paper, it's like, see, my wife, she likes to read the Daily Mail. It's garbage. But man, all those articles.
Is that like the Post for Britain? The New York Post?
Pretty much. It's one of those. It's tabloid news, It's got news articles too, but it's just winding everybody up, like, oh, here's another person on welfare that has a jet boat in Spain, all this shit, It's just nonstop working class, it's like The Sun or any of that shit. But man, and they're always like, once every couple days, there's an article in the American either one of those things, and it's about those guys or somebody doing one of those things. It just pisses me off. I don't even like to look at them all.
Yeah.
All of these people just make me sick.
But it's just, I brought that up because it's amazing, what they can do online, with the, that keystroke business. It's really creepy,
Of course.
But
I was trying to, Tommy, I was trying to explain to some people about a lot of this stuff, whether it's the Ustream, you know, it's a double-edged sword right now. When I started doing the show, you know, I made like a whole little private presentation video about like some of my ideas about how they could use this stuff with situations like what's going on in Syria. And I even mentioned Syria at the time. Like right now, what I could do, but I don't do it, I could just pick every single cell phone number in an area. If I wanted to, I could look up those records and just fucking call everybody with a smartphone and imaginable. Just pick Manhattan, call them all if I wanted to, and just send them this fucking link right to their smartphone where it would just be on.
What do you mean?
I mean, just like Twitter, you know, if I wanted to, I could just pick a whole mass, like everybody on J-Lo's fucking thing and send them all an email and just broadcast right to them. Everybody's fucking Twitter on their phone that has, if they've got the enabled for Tumblr or any of that stuff, then they can also watch YouTubes or anything, or this show, like how I broadcast on Twitter. Except I don't go like really hassling too many people. I mean, I use the anonymous hashtag. I've used some when shit's going on, like the Occupy Wall Street. But then I'm not really telling people what to do with that information. And none of those people, like the media people, they don't even know how to use any of this stuff as good as I do. Like, I just choose for it to be this format, but I was looking at Global Revolution's site, and I was just going, in fucking 1 hour, I can make a website way better than this and tap everything into it and just cut to it like crazy. You know, like you're watching fucking NBC News around the world of people protesting, but see, I would never even get involved on that level, or even tell them how to do it. But they're not even broadcasting, like, all their shit, they're not even broadcasting to Twitter or any of that shit, or Facebook, nonstop, and all this weird shit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's kind of cool how they organized all those different people with laptops to stream the video. You know,
they did it half-ass, and it's a really weird situation, but whatever.
Well, they're not organized, but I think on purpose.
Well, so I was saying, what I was saying in my little video I was explaining is you could actually do that for Syria for the content. I said I personally didn't want to be involved, but I said this is what you guys could do if you want. You could whip this thing wide open so you can not only be filming and broadcasting these operations that they're doing, these covert operations, like where they say it's a protest and they got all these people and then they shoot at the police, you know, and then the police attack the people, and then they go, look at the police are attacking everybody. I was like, you could do this and then broadcast it to everybody and fucking freak everybody out. You could just like tap into everybody's smartphone in the whole country and just send them a fucking...
Yeah, if they did something like that and then
they did it. They did exactly what...
Well, smartphones are another scary thing.
You're not listening to what I said. I told them exactly how they should do this, the PSYOPs thing. And I just put it private, a video. I just sat at my table and I explained to them, like, this is what you can use all this stuff for, and this is how one way you could do it. You guys, you just do that. I just want to do my TV show. But they fully did it. So then the next thing is all you get to hear about in the news is that Assad banned iPhones because they were filming protests, but that wasn't all they were doing. They're shooting all kinds of information, man. All around the world, they'll be doing this stuff through blocks in China right now, in Russia, and everywhere. They're just like, check this out. Bam, right to your phone. Hello, this is my TV show.
Yeah, well, I mean, people have been using text, like even soccer, hoodlums are using text to organize riots after soccer games.
But check out this, though. You're having a revolution in a country, you're trying to kick one off, and you just like broadcast a television station right to people's cell phones. This isn't like, hi, I'm trying to organize this thing. This is like, here's the information. Here's the government coming down the street attacking you, shooting. Oh, here's this kid getting shot in the face by, the secret police right here. And here's all the protesters right now. And then you're like cutting to everybody's phones, and you could just dial up everybody's smartphone in the country. It rings, you answer the phone, and it's the fucking TV show you're watching. It kicking off in your own country. Oh, they fucking attack this military base going, you're not safe. See all this shit. So I just like made a presentation.
That's one reason why they want to pass this internet law, so they can shut down sites.
Well, no, see the BitTorrent and all this stuff and the hide my fucking ass and all this shit. The flip side of all this stuff is that we're using it for all this other shit. So that's why you're allowed to use it right now in America and Russia and back and forth and all kinds of information. See, it's a two-way thing. Why those sites all exist and they have to stay open is because we use them to get into like China and Russia and back and forth and all kinds of information. See, it's a two-way thing. But now, so they're just changing the way.
You can arrest anybody in Occupy Wall Street and take them away.
I was just saying, connect the dots on that one. Though they could just go, all you guys that say you support this other thing are now guilty of that because you donated money to this other guy, and then you guys all took that money and you flew to Egypt for those other guys. It's gonna get really funny. If some people are real dickheads about it, other people are gonna be like, well, that's a little bit of a stretch. See, I guess it depends on what, it's kind of like the taxes thing or whatever, man. Do you know what I mean?
No. What do you mean with the taxes?
Well, I've had people rip me off, managers and stuff, never file for me when I told them to straighten shit out. Lawyers, everybody like screwed up so bad, being homeless. You know what I mean? People like going, oh yeah, sign this power of attorney over. You know what I mean? Just taking the bread. Technically, I guess, I'm trying to straighten all that shit out. I'm still liable for what any of these guys, even from record companies, they could stretch it so far. They could go, oh yeah, Bomp Records, we were giving Anton money. He was living in a car or something. And they press Bomp, and Bomp lies and says, oh, I gave him money.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And then the government's like, oh, even if they never gave it to me, they could go, Greg Shaw, he's dead. We gave money to Greg to do that. So they're just saying like, oh, this was on Anton's head, money or whatever, right? I don't even know what it is. I didn't even know if I was even making any money. I was just making records and playing. You know what I mean? Like Not would pay my rent or something. Some good studio owner would just go, here's your rent. But the government would be like, dude, you didn't fucking... What was going on with you with the taxes on that period of time or whatever, right? So I've got like lawyers trying to sort that out for me, accountants trying to figure out. You know what I mean? But the U.S. government could be like, "Fuck you, you're a dick, Anton," without saying the "fuck you, you're a dick, Anton" part, and just go like, "We're gonna slam you all the way."
Right.
Or they could be like, "Well, cool. I'm glad we got this sorted out. Don't ever make a mistake again." It's completely discretionary. And sometimes they'll just be pissed at somebody. They'll just fry them all the fucking way. And then sometimes they'll just be like, okay, you have to pay this amount of money and not make any mistakes. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
it's completely arbitrary, all these laws. All laws now. It's like privileges versus rights or what you can expect. The rule of law is so freaky now these days. It's completely...
That's the thing. We're supposed to be a nation of laws, not a nation of men.
No. See, that's what I was trying to explain to this other person earlier tonight. It's like this. All that other stuff we learned, that like civics type stuff, is all history now, man. It's completely different. And it's just like everybody's got to catch up to what they're going on. What they're actually doing. See, what that law that just passed supersedes all other law. Like when they were arguing about it, when the word got out on the street, they were saying, well, it says right here that it doesn't apply to Americans when it says it applies to everybody on Earth after that. So it doesn't exclude them at all. It's like, oh, this isn't specifically for Americans. It's specifically for anywhere in the world. It's just the wording of it is so crazy. That's what people were trying to explain to everybody. They're like, this wording right here, I study international law. This wording says they can arrest anybody on Earth, anywhere, at any time, for any reason, and that they don't have any recourse of action under the law. And then they're saying, no, it says it's not for Americans. Doesn't matter what it's for. It just said you could arrest everybody on fucking Earth. It's like it's like the Secretary of Defense for Israel. When they ask him, they're like, "Has this war started?" He's like, "I don't think so." And then it goes on in the conversations with Channel 2 in Israel. He's going, well, anybody that can read between the lines knows what I'm talking about. But then they just put it in the paper like, well, Barack just said that he doesn't think so. He's the fucking Secretary of Defense.
Right.
That's a serious question. Now Donald Rumsfeld answers those questions. Used to answer them in a different way. He'd say, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Right? End of discussion. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Talk about the next thing. Just like fucking. He didn't have to fucking lie to you. He's just going to do what he's going to do, and that's what they're going to do, and they've already been doing. So.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that crazy. They said fucking, we're tired of dicking around. These guys are going to have this thing in 3 months, and it's a pain in the butt to deal with this. But the weird information that came out the last couple weeks, because I was talking about it. Remember when I was tripping so hard I had to go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
I was telling you guys about some atomic explosions and shit, right?
Right.
And everybody's like, well, dude, he's melting down or something. That shit happened. That shit totally fucking happened. It's been out. They were using,
like a proxy?
They were using bunker buster bombs in Iraq. They used them in Afghanistan. They got German scientists, all kinds of people in Afghanistan going, this shit is all over the place. It's in the news.
Right.
People just don't even want to listen. They're like, oh, this.
Well, the media is very
the cesium is everywhere.
Well, I've got someone here who wants to say hello to you. Kirsten just wants to say a quick hello. Maybe we'll let you go after that.
All right. What's going on?
Kirsten. Yeah. Come here. Sit down.
Get 2 for 1. Hey, Anton.
How's it going?
It's going well, really well. I just came back from vacation. I was visiting my friend in North Carolina, and that was nice. And, just getting ready for the big, what do you call it?
Thingy-wingy. We call it the thingy-wingy.
The thingy, yeah. I think I'm losing my memory as I get older. It's crazy.
It's happening to a lot of people. I think it's for our own good. Hey, there's a cat. That's a handsome cat.
Thank you. The vet says she's extra cute. We pay in cuteness, though. She's a rescue, and she's got all this,
problems, right?
lot of problems. So it's been a little bit of a trying financially, but she's worth it. Man. So, what's going on? You're making a lot of music, huh?
Yeah, every time I make something up every time that I try.
That's great.
Whatever.
Do you go for big stretches without making anything? Do you save it up and then create, or do you just create every day, or how does it? What's your pattern?
I try and make up stuff every day. Something. I think about things every day.
Keep your mind in it.
Well, I like to play little tricks, like if I put something on YouTube, like a new idea or whatever, then I trip out. I mean, a lot of people that can make shit go hyper viral, they kind of hold back on me because they're trying to do that with everything that they do for money. I don't even have like a content deal with YouTube.
What does that mean? What's a content deal with YouTube? What does that mean?
Well, it means like 1 million people have seen lots of stuff that I've done, but I don't go get paid for every view.
Right. You don't have like commercials and stuff on your...
I don't have a content deal with YouTube. Like, there's people that make their kids do stupid shit. They put it on YouTube. It gets 1 million views, and they're making like 60,000 pounds, like $120,000 from that 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or cat video.
No, but they're just doing it all day long. They're like, oh, look, my baby fell in a washing machine.
I know.
You know? So every parent in the world is trying to get their kids to do stupid shit.
That's what I was thinking about, Anton. I was like, you know, are we going to get just so used to seeing like one video more outrageous than the other? Is this going to go in like a really bad direction? You know, is it just going to get more outrageous, and more outrageous, and then, you know, people are going to start getting hurt and stuff? That's what I was thinking about.
It's been like that for a long time, man.
It is. It's interesting to me that, like, everything on the internet is like, now our attention span is so small that every like piece that I see is like 6 reasons you didn't know why. Everything's in from 1 to 10 reasons. Like, it's almost like bullet lists of things. It's not even like, do we not have the patience to read a full, you know, article on something anymore? Do you know what I mean? You see, like, everything's like 6 reasons why you didn't know that your, you know, laundry could kill you, or, you know, stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Moving in that direction?
All of Alex Jones' minions are doing that a lot, too, now. They're like, here's 21 reasons why you're headed for a police state. You know, like, every other day.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just interesting that we're like, America's like the least self-reflective, you know, country in the world, and nobody really wants to look at where we're going or what's happening. You know, how this is like fundamentally changing us in the way that we communicate.
It's not just America, man. I posted on my Facebook page 2 just things, these programs they just whipped out. Like, they just picked some city in the UK and they're just searching everybody at the bus and train station, going through a metal detector, just searching everybody. And then I showed a video of them doing the same thing in America and Florida.
Wow.
It's international.
Yeah, when I was coming back from North Carolina, they didn't have it in JFK, but North Carolina in the Durham airport, they had those naked body scanners. And, you know, last year, everybody around Thanksgiving was saying, nobody's going to go in them. We don't want them, blah, blah, blah. And now everybody was going. I was the only one who didn't want to go through it. You know, I was the only one who I saw who, you know, refused it. Everyone's just, you know, just used to it and going through it. It's odd.
Evidently, what these guys in the business keep telling me is that we're supposed to expect to have no privacy, and we won't even miss it.
I'm sorry, you spazzed, the computer spazzed out.
I blame the government. I'm here.
Yeah, there you go. We lost your sound for a minute.
Funny. You know, these guys like the Facebook guy and Zucker's sister, who was head of security, and all these people, they keep telling us, just out in the open, Google and all these guys keep telling us those days are over. No security, no privacy.
Yeah.
It's just like some people in America or whatever that don't really get that part of it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels like people don't want, as we get more and more alienated, people don't want privacy. You know what I mean? They don't value their privacy anymore because they're just so alienated that they're dying to connect no matter, you know, what they have to give up for it, you know?
So I was looking in the chat room, somebody said that's what my crash, I took a snap of that. when my ustream just got hacked.
Wait.
Interesting.
Is that because you think it's because of the guy in the mask, that call? You think that's what
Of course.
Odd, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, because my parents are activists, we always had like our phone, even before me, like their phones were tapped. But, what are they really going to hear? It's just so funny that people are wasting their time,
Well, you know what? Like, I have a lot of information. Like, I can tell you what's going to happen, how it's going to happen.
What do you mean, in the world? The way everything's going?
Yeah. Because I know the only way that it can go, see? So I don't have any illusions.
You think it's going to blow up into, like, a big world war or something like that?
Well, they told us it was going to be a 50-year war, so why wouldn't I believe Donald Rumsfeld? When he said flat out that this is a 50-year war, get ready.
Yeah. Feels like it's endless.
We haven't seen nothing yet. But, last week I changed my perspective again, which wise people do. I was just like, man, I'm kind of impressed by the way they're dealing with the fucking economic collapse and the proxy, regime change shit. And they got everybody snowed going, oh yeah, they're protesting. They're protesting in Libya with anti-aircraft guns shooting on the back of trucks at the government. They won't let them protest. It's not a protest.
Right. It's like planned insurrection or something.
They said they were going to do this, so it's not a big shocker. But when it went down to Egypt first and all those things going on, I was like so bummed at everybody on Facebook. I was like, you don't even know what's going on. All those people on Facebook, when they put in that timeline and you see all those people going, rah, rah, the Egyptian revolution for democracy, this is rad. Millions of Americans saying that, right? Every one of those people can eat shit because they didn't understand what was going on. But just like a gut reaction, they're like, fuck yeah, freedom. Exact opposite of freedom. They have less rights now, less control.
Right, because you think that started this all off, this vibe going around, or
they have to do this because, like I told you, it's having to do with the Israel thing.
So
and the oil thing, because China doesn't need the U.S. dollars, doesn't need any of that stuff. The world could just leave the USA right behind in England in a second.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to say whatever they're going to say. I've been telling you guys for months. I said, "Hey man, this is just like in a barroom fight where the one guy's going, hey man, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you." He's glancing around, looking at the exits. He's looking at the chair that he can bust into a club.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting ready to make his move. That's all they're doing on the news and the TV. They keep saying, "Oh no, we don't want to do this. We don't." They're fully doing it. They've been fighting with China since last year.
Well, I hope you're not right. I hope you're wrong on this.
Absolutely right, because you can look it all up. It's just like they want people to be able to shop.
To shop?
Yeah,
what?
Just go about their business.
Yeah, God.
They want like mom and pop not to worry about this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, in New York when we had like 32,000 people on the street protesting, I looked on the on the Google News that day, and like I think the next morning, and the top story was like the Natalie Wood case, and that story was like nowhere.
Not.
It's just really odd. It's like when I was in when the LA riots were going on, and I was in New York, and there's just like it was like in the Village there was crazy, people were looting and rioting, and you never heard about that. But people who were there, that was going on. It's just interesting that things just get. That was my first lesson, whenever the LA riots were in like 1991 or 92. That's my first lesson, and it's not always going to be like reported or you can like experience something and. It feels almost like if it's not written down or if it's not like brought to the general consciousness, it almost didn't happen,
The best was that guy today, man. I was playing this clip. The guy from Iceland. This French chick went to Iceland, and she's a prosecutor and investigator, financial. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Badass chick. She went to Iceland and she helped set up a foundation there to try and arrest and prosecute these people, the bankies, the guys. Mm-hmm. And Iceland fucking issued an international warrant for these guys that set this whole fucking ice safe thing up, right? Where England and Netherlands want this 10 billion euros back, right? 10 billion pounds back, right? Uh-huh. Iceland fucking put out international Interpol arrest warrant on these guys from these banks, right? And these insider trader guys, right? Yeah. And they're all living in fucking Medvale in central London, and England won't arrest them, but England's like, we want our fucking money. The guys with all the money are in London, living open, billionaires.
Right.
And England will not arrest them. But they're like, we want our fucking money. And all that money is in English banks. I'm not telling England how to do the job because I actually understand what they're doing now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like if you commit theft on like a tiny little level, you're in prison forever, or drugs or whatever, they're going to put people in prison for. But, if you steal on a massive scale, it's called like government or success or whatever. Whatever you want to call it. It's really crazy.
You know what's funny today, though, too? You know who Max Kaiser is, that guy who's like on RT News?
Yeah.
Max Kaiser put out a tweet saying that he called Angela Merkel, our chancellor over here.
Sure.
You know, the boss?
Yeah, I know who she is.
He called her, he called her Mangala Merkel, like Dr. Mengele. And her Euro like experiments. And I tweeted him, and I was like, dude, don't be fucking saying that shit, you dick. You're not doing anybody any favors by calling her a fucking... That's not just a Nazi, right? Which Germans don't like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Not just that. Beyond that. Like this guy that, like, took all the twins and cut out one of their eyes in front of the other one, and you know what I mean, experimented on, like, he was the one that was just not just like working people to death or just gassing them where they die in a minute. You know all the shit that he did.
It's terrible, yeah.
All the experiments, all that just horrible shit.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck is he doing calling her that?
It's titillating or whatever. It's getting him a lot of attention.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good to...
Especially if he has a point about the financial information, which, picking aside, like, blaming it on Merkel, even if she's not the one doing this derivative shit.
But nobody's going to listen to his point if he says something like that.
It's really insulting. It's like calling... It's like when these fucking idiots start calling, somebody who's Jewish a Nazi. It's really pissing people off. It's so bad. So I just like Twittered him, and I was just like, what the fuck are you even saying? Regardless of like a million things that he says like about the economy or whatever are right, I was just like, dude, are you purposely trying to get everybody to not listen to you? Because now, like, I'm kind of bummed.
You sound like a lunatic.
It isn't even lunatic. Yeah. It's just like the wildest thing, It's the second worst thing he could say.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the first one is.
Well, basically, when you call a Holocaust survivor a Nazi, then you've surpassed calling the Chancellor of Germany, who isn't a National Socialist, a Nazi, right? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's worse than that. When you call, like, the victim the perpetrator.
Yeah. It's some creepy stuff. I just, like, the Holocaust was its own thing.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it. I was just talking about Max Kaiser because, I'll listen to his financial reports and him rant and rave. I was just bummed about that today, so I just tweeted him about it.
Yeah. What is your tweet? Like BJM Band or?
It's my name, Anton Newcomb. It isn't anonymous.
Oh, you have another one? Yeah. You have an... So you guys touring? Is that true?
If I could ever get off this TV show and do some work.
Aw, I'm probably holding you up.
I'm too old. Don't you guys out there in the chat room think I'm too old to go on tour?
Hell no.
Anton, what Tom and I were talking about, we were trying to, we went and saw you guys twice when you were in New York, and we were, just tired from just watching the concert. So we were trying to figure out how you guys do, 90 dates in 4 months. How all over the world. How you survive that.
Gonna do it again. We are going to South America, Japan, South Africa. We're even gonna go play Israel. We're gonna play probably in Turkey too.
How do you keep your strength up? How do you do that?
Well, I'm not your average guy. You gotta remember, John Lennon was wearing Kotex on his forehead, stumbling around out of bars and not even making music before he got killed. He was just causing problems, fucking his secretary, basically. I mean, I've already outlived that guy by years, and I'm more physically fit than he is.
Yeah, but you have a whole band full of people that, what they do. They all have the same constitution you do, or...
Yeah. Who knows?
How does everyone deal with it? You just do it, or whatever, I guess. I don't know.
It's not going to be for long. I'll probably be...
You guys are like the James Brown of the indie world.
I'll probably be dead.
You guys in concert. It's 2.5 hours.
I'll probably be dead soon enough, so whatever.
You've been saying that for years, Anton.
Yeah, but it's not about when you die or how you die. It's how you lived.
That's true.
So I'm gonna keep that shit fucking straight.
Yeah, you got a lot of energy, man. Were you like that as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It must have been fun to raise.
Fucking nightmare. All of it.
Yeah. I think it's hard to... I think it's easier probably to raise a dumb kid. A sloppy
Definitely. That's
kid.
why they tried to give me so much Ritalin. I was just like, fuck you. I'll give it to my friends, sell it to my friends' parents when I was 6.
You're like a little drug dealer?
Not really. I would just be why do you want my pills so bad? Isn't that funny? I'd be like to my friend's dad or whatever, I'd be like, why do you want these pills so bad? It's like, you don't even know, kid. Stuff is great.
He's like, hand him over, kid.
You can't get speed like this. They just fucking shove this shit down your throat and you can't even get this shit.
Yeah.
That's before everybody and their mom. See, my doctor in Newport Beach, Dr. Adler, you guys can look it up, Dr. Adler, invented the word hyperactivity. My doctor was like, it's like in the first fucking...
It's like a little picture of you in a leisure suit next to hyperactivity.
So crazy, though, that I was one of the guinea pigs. They're like, we got to do this to everybody. But it didn't do jack shit to me. But they were like, yeah, but it zonked everybody else out, But it didn't even faze me.
You kept going.
It just makes it so I don't like speed. My brain is completely wired different than everybody else's. Do you know what I mean? I don't... Everybody else thinks it's so fun or whatever to be on Up Earth. I'm just like, dude, this just makes me feel uncomfortable a little bit, physically.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to be on Dexedrine for a while. That was...
Yeah, but this stuff's nuts, man. Everybody's on the Adderall and all that stuff. But yeah, my doctor was the guy who invented all that shit. He didn't invent, he invented drugging your kids like that.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting that people get really crazy when, you mentioned drugs and children in a way that, obviously, it's they're so precious, whatever.
They're changing the law right now, man. Right in Ireland, one of the main fucking dudes in the parliament is just like, we got to put lithium in all the fucking... immediately in all the water in Ireland. We can't have people committing suicide. I'm like, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, I saw you put that up, yeah.
I'm like, what a fucking cunt this guy is, man. That's going to solve the economy problem that everybody has to pay 400,000 euros. Every single man, woman, child in the country for the next 40 years is just attach that debt to him. It's like, you'd want to kill yourself too.
Yeah.
Because they basically promised all this shit that they were going to do. They turned around and fucking just gave everybody a massive bill.
Yeah, Ireland's a mess. When Tommy's first generation American, his parents are Irish, and his millions of relatives. And we were over there in 2007, and they were just like flying. Their economy was flying, and everything was just so expensive, and real estate was wild. It's just it's like how quickly things change, go the opposite way.
Well, what's about to happen and what has been happening, see, people don't talk about it because there are a lot of people who are ashamed about their money thing. What's about to happen, they were just prolonging that. There were other factors involved. They just told everybody they could have something for nothing.
Well,
it didn't quite work out that way.
No, it sure didn't.
So now everybody can have nothing for something. You get nothing and you have to pay for that something.
Yeah, but they've been talking about that lithium. They've been talking about that lithium and, the water supply forever, in America. And then they were saying there's also quite a lot of Prozac and other kinds of antidepressants in the water. Well, and then they were blaming it on people. So like when people get like a prescription that they fires, they throw it down the toilet. They have so much Prozac and stuff in the water supply, and I'm like, that just can't be. That just doesn't make any sense.
Watch this. Watch this. Let me tell you the secret now. Ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'd like the secret.
Okay, you know what Prozac and all these things are actually made of, including lithium. This is like these minerals and these crazy sodiums, right? These calcinates. They're these weird things, right? The ingredients of Prozac and all these things are minerals. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So check this out. This is where it gets heavy. Are you ready? They freaked everybody out about the tap water, and everybody's on the bottled water. But if you read the ingredients of the mineral supplements in the bottled water, guess what? It calcifies in your system, like your gallstones, and becomes like a giant fucking tab of Prozac. So they psyched everybody out on the fucking tap water, and all these people with any kind of brains or whatever went run into the bottled water, and then that shit, they're drinking it like it's going out of style. Meanwhile, it's calcifying in their system, and they're just it's just like having an implant of that shit, and that's the truth. Isn't that interesting?
And so what's it doing to us? Just making us more zombie-like?
I drink liquid gold.
Is it just killing us early, or what?
I drink colloidal gold. It's even illegal in some countries. I drink liquid gold. I don't even like water. I drink Bionade.
That's right. It's got flavor.
Yeah, it's got geschmack.
That's right. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi. I haven't talked to you in a long time, and check in. I'm glad you're sharing your music with everyone. That
was me blowing on a bottle. I'll do it on this one. This is a higher tone. Watch.
That'll be like the next BJM record. You can do an all bottle orchestra.
Julie Sykes like, you gotta drink water. Tell it to the fucking Eskimos. Huh? How about that? Tell me about your fucking, you gotta eat vegetables. What do the fucking Eskimos do? Huh?
I know.
They lived for like 25,000 years through an ice age. And were they drinking water? And were they eating vegetables? No, they weren't. What you need to do is learn how you can follow a bear into a cave. And what you gotta learn how is the rules of the clan of the cave bear. See, what you do when these ice ages start coming is you got to collect all the bear food right when the harvest. See, a bear goes and gorges itself, right? It's going to eat all the berries, all the stuff he can eat, and then he's going to go directly to that cave. He's going to crash out, right? But you got to take that food as much as you can. You got to lure him into the cave, right? So you lure him in there, and then when he goes to sleep, you climb in there and you sleep next to him. But then the trick is you got to wake up before he wakes up when it's spring and get out of there.
Yeah.
Else he will eat you. But then the other thing about the bear rule is, like, if the bear's chasing you, you know, the only thing you got to do is you always got to travel with somebody, at least one person. And then the only other thing you got to do is run faster than that person, and you'll live. But you only have to walk faster than them. That's
you got to sacrifice the other person.
No, it's nothing personal. That's just the way it is. But you guys can even walk. See, you can even walk.
They're doing a big bear hunt in New Jersey this year. It's really controversial. There's so many black bears.
Well, see, bears, it's not like the old days. See, like a one of these big bears, like a polar bear. See, a polar bear will just walk. A polar bear can smell you over 100 miles or something. 500 miles they can smell. It's insane with the wind. But so a polar bear, like when you're in Norway on one of those islands,
yes,
that bear is on that island. It'll just smell where you guys are. It'll just start walking. It doesn't even run. It'll walk like 50 miles and it won't stop.
Ooh.
So you basically got to walk. You got to move faster than that bear, but it will still follow you. Like if you're in a kayak and the bear's swimming, and you can still paddle a little bit faster in your little kayak. It'll just keep following you for hundreds of miles across the water. Contrary to popular belief, bears can swim. They can swim great. They're like one of the best swimmers of all the mammals.
Really?
Yeah, check it out. Like last year, the year before, two polar bears showed up in Iceland. They had to shoot them both. But how do you think they got there? They didn't fucking go surfing. They didn't climb up. They swam from way up in Greenland.
Wow.
Not even the bottom corner of it. Like from a little bit farther up where there's no people, where they're not keeping them out of town there.
Right.
All the way to Iceland. You need to look at a map. That's hundreds of miles in the craziest oceans on the planet. Swim all the way to Iceland looking for some other fucking shit to eat and not get shot or whatever.
It didn't work out so well for them.
Well, now they made a rule. Now the new mayor of Reykjavik's like, fuck that. Next one comes, he gets to live in a zoo. So they're not even going to tell people the next one they find. Or I guess people call up on their cell phones. They have to stop and go chase it down or whatever. But he's like, no. Because it was like horrific for everybody. It was like on the news with the helicopter and everybody's at the side of the road going, fuck, like 1,000 people waiting for him to shoot it. 2 of them.
Whoa. Like I had a friend, had a companion.
No, not at the same time.
In that huge journey.
Not at the same time.
Oh, not at the same time.
Yeah, it was a couple months apart, but twice in 1 year. See, they don't come every year.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you go.
But yeah, I've run out.
Talking to you, Anton. Thank you.
I hope I didn't bum you guys out this time too much, because normally you always tell me, God, you bum me out.
No, we're both so happy.
Cool.
All right. So
okay. Well, get ready for the gas and the fuel thing to go nuts.
Oh yeah, with the coming war, you mean, or trouble?
They're already talking about it right now. The Wall Street Journal. If you just go in there right now. They're talking about the EU cutting them off. They're making a contingency plan for Iran's just going to do it. It's going to beat them to the punch. So that affects Italy, Spain, and Greece here the most, because those countries absolutely use Iranian oil 100%.
Right.
But they're going to cut off the U.S., man. So oil's going to go like $200 a barrel.
Well, good investment strategy, maybe. Buy oil futures.
We'll see, because the U.S. has a great strategic reserve. Saudi Arabia, everybody will be like, fucking shit.
Well, that's the thing. If something like that happened, that's when the strategic reserves would probably be let loose. But who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, but who knows what Hugo Chavez was just talking about down at that meeting with everybody except for Canada and U.S. Maybe he just told fucking Brazil and everybody, fuck it, man, let's not give these guys any oil, or let's do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Venezuelans have it great. They get the cheap gas, subsidized gas.
It's a mixed bag. Then it's got one of the highest murder rates. Period. Caracas.
I guess it's a trade-off.
Yeah, it's cheap. Your hearse is cheap, man. Big old fancy hearse is cheap to drive to your funeral. But yeah, you can expect if this shit goes down like real quick, you might see some weird rear action right into Venezuela too. Like Colombia just fucking, who knows what they got planned, but it's going to get wacky real quick.
Yeah, I remember the lines in the gas stations back in the late 70s, and even when I was little in the early 70s, the first gas crisis, so...
Yeah.
That could happen again.
All right, well, I'm going to put on a song.
Okay, Anton. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye. Oh, wait. Bye. Just visiting with New York.